Hi once again. Piper Moretti is the CEO of the Crypto Realty Group, a Los Angeles-based real estate company that specialises in cryptocurrency. We've had Piper on our show in the past, and we talked about cryptocurrency. Thanks for joining us again. I might just mention that Piper is also the only realtor, I think the only realtor in California?
Not the only one in California. I have done several, but yeah, there are a couple.
I think you're the only one who's done about 5 crypto.
I think so, yes, that I know of.
We'll go with that anyway.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think there's, to my way of thinking anyway, there's a huge amount of confusion between cryptocurrency and blockchain. Mm-hmm. Can you just walk us through the differences?
Absolutely. They are kind of one of the same, but they're kind of not, which is, I know, very confusing. Blockchain runs cryptocurrency. That's the software, so to speak, behind it. So you can have a blockchain without cryptocurrency, but you cannot have cryptocurrency without blockchain.
Oh, so blockchain is really the technology that runs cryptocurrency,
yes,
is that right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Blockchain is, as you just mentioned, is used in more than just cryptocurrency.
Absolutely.
It's becoming more widely used as a quite secure form of communication or data
record
share?
keeping.
Record keeping?
Yes. We're seeing it a lot in the healthcare industry because it's a little bit easier to do that way. So instead of having going to several different places for information, you've got it all on one thread, and we're starting to see that more in real estate as well, although we're a little bit farther off.
So, what are the most common questions you get asked about cryptocurrency?
I get a lot of questions about somebody's got an obscure coin that I've never heard of before, and they want to buy a house with it. A lot of times, I hate to say, it is a scam. There was a big, obviously bubble last year, with the prices going down, even though they're still sort of up. I get, isn't that illegal? No, absolutely not. You just have to go through the correct channels and obviously, report taxes and all that like you would normally do in a cash transaction. I get a lot of questions of how do you even do this? Where do I even start? So it's a brand new concept really to real estate. We're hearing a lot of buzzwords, with crypto and blockchain and all that, and most real estate professionals aren't really sure how to put it all together.
Too hard.
Yeah.
Is there a typical cryptocurrency user that you would say?
Well, a lot of them are tech savvy. My buyers and sellers, are in the tech space or in the blockchain space, or I had one that did international marketing. Had some offices in China and Hong Kong, and they would just pay each other in Bitcoin because it was just the easiest thing to do.
Now you are somewhat of a pioneer, I think, in this cryptocurrency space. You set up your own company, and you've built a very high profile in that arena.
Amazing,
You've now moved to Compass. Tell me about that. Why did you make the move, and is it going to kick you to the next level?
I hope so. That would be wonderful. Compass, I'm very proud to be a part of it now. They are, the reason why I moved over is because they are very tech forward. They're very open-minded, and they treat it like a tech company, actually. And I've only been there for a couple of months, but we had a meet and greet, with the CEO, and he was nice enough to take questions, and we could ask him anything, and I flat out asked him, would you be open to implementing blockchain at some point? And he said, absolutely. If agents, if we find that agents need it, absolutely. And I haven't gotten that with other brokerages. Usually I can't even talk to the CEO. So yeah.
Do you find they usually just look at you with a blank stare, wondering what the hell it is?
Yes. Yeah. And I was very pleased to know that our CEO knew what it was. So
how do you see blockchain fitting into a typical brokerage?
Oh gosh, there are several ways. What I'm excited about as a realtor, there are platforms being developed that deal with the end-to-end transaction process. So you've got your disclosures, you've got payment gateways, smart contracts that can do all the checks and balances in between, e-signatures, all that. And so we're not herding cats, like I like to say. We've got 10 different things that we've got to be doing, 10 different people we've got to be calling on a daily basis just for one transaction, and to have it all there with our vendors and our buyers and our sellers and escrow, to have it all up on one platform to see what everybody's doing at any given time. That's what I want to see.
Are any of these CRM programs embracing blockchain, or do they need to?
CRM, that's a good question. That would also be a really good application. I'm sure there are out there, but I haven't heard of any just yet.
So how do you manage it? How do you manage all of those, all of the blockchain applications that you need?
I actually hate to say I'm not practicing with it right now. I'm actually waiting for I'm working with a couple of startups right now that are developing it, but it's just not ready yet. So I'm just kind of I'm calling them a lot, going, okay, when can I start beta testing? But they're still pretty far out.
Yeah, because that's the first major step, isn't it? That's the big breakthrough.
Yes. Yeah, actual implementation.
And how far away do you think that is?
For a couple of them, we're looking probably at 2 years. Another one that I'm working with tokenization, that's probably, it's hard to say. I would love to say a year out from that. But yeah, it's been kind of a, I don't want to say struggle, but it's been a weird road because of the ICO bubble last year, and the SEC kind of moving the target, with those kinds of rules, that were implemented. So, it's some of them haven't really stalled out, but they've had to reposition and pivot a little bit. So.
Are there any industries that are typically working with cryptocurrency using blockchain apart from real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. Healthcare is kind of the lower hanging fruit. Law firms, because there are a lot of records that need to be kept. There are all kinds. It could probably be applicable in just about any industry right now, but healthcare is the main one.
Yeah, but there are so many industries associated with real estate that will probably be adopters of blockchain firstly, which will lead to the transaction, because there are lots of blockchain adopters needed along the way. Is that correct?
Yes. This is only my opinion, but I feel like if title got on board, I do have some friends at a title company. They're actually pretty large, who are looking into a pilot program. So I feel like if title got on board, then it would almost snowball into other.
This is the best part of broadcasting,
right?
You get to take it as it is. So we're still in the process of setup.
Right.
It's obvious that it just needs a path of time, and once those, because blockchain, to me, and using cryptocurrency, blockchain allows us to settle almost immediately. So I guess when people really understand what it's about, there'll be a lot of adopters.
I would hope so. I think that there is a lot of fear around it right now. Title and escrow, not so much, but with brokerages and real estate agents, because we're entering into a new phase, actually, with the iBuyers. There's been a lot of talk of disintermediation, cross-border transactions, and it's kind of leaving realtors, in the cold. Like, okay, where do we stand? And I feel like it's only going to help us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to make our lives a lot easier. There's going to be a lot more automation.
Yeah, I do think cryptocurrency is allowing a lot more international transactions to occur too. And the thing we're finding is that property is becoming a lot more international with things like the internet, like even our show, Property TV, going, broadcasting to the world. There is a huge amount of interest in property, no matter which country you're in. So to transact using blockchain and cryptocurrency seems to me to be a natural progression.
Yes, I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. Hey Pippa, it's fantastic talking to you as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I know you're
for having
speaking
me.
here. All the best. I know it's going to be a great success. And thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
Next time we talk, it might be on Skype. But
no, that's fine. Or maybe I'll just come to Australia.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.